Hey y'all, hey, it is your girl Tara, and it is the holiday season, and I wanted to share with y'all one of my favorite dessert recipes. It can be for the holiday season or any other season, but my mom made it, I think, mostly during the holidays, and it is called a bean pie. I have done this recipe before, but I kind of tweaked it this time because the first time I did the recipe, I did it the long way, where you get the beans out of the bag and let them soak in water overnight, which takes forever. This one is much simpler, much shorter, and it still tastes great. So, yes, this is actually a Muslim dessert. I grew up in a Muslim household for a short time of my childhood. My dad was Muslim, so while my mom was married to him, she took on the Muslim religion. And this is a recipe that one of the Muslim sisters taught her how to make, and my mom taught me how to make it. She actually gave me the recipe. Okay, so I don't want to make this video any longer than it have to be. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and tell you all the ingredients you're going to need for this pie. You're going to need two 10-inch graham cracker pie crusts. Keebler is the only brand that I know that makes the 10-inch. You can use two 9-inch, but you're going to have like an excess of pie filling and it will be too high. And then as you put your pie in the oven, it might spill over. So I use the 10-inch to ensure that it will be no overflow and no spillage when I put them in the oven. But if you choose to use 9-inch, just put less pie filling in the pie crust. Okay, so and you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're going to need 4 eggs, 1 stick of salted butter, a can of navy beans of your choice. These is Bush's navy beans. I have used Walmart brand navy beans. It don't matter. I'm not a brand name person. I just happen to have Bush beans. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. You're going to need 14 ounces of evaporated milk. This is actually a 12-ounce can, so you're going to need to use 2 ounces of another can. I don't know of any cans that come in 14 ounces. You're going to need a teaspoon of cinnamon, and you're going to need a teaspoon of nutmeg, and you're going to need 2 cups of granulated sugar. Okay, so y'all, let's get to making this pie. This pie, I'm not making it for myself because, y'all, I love this pie so much. I would eat a whole pie by myself. It's going to be 2 pies, so I'm making one for my best friend, and I'm going to make one for her mom because her mom actually loved this pie when she let her mom taste it. So as much as I want a pie, I can't do it. I've actually eaten 2 whole pies in the past couple of weeks. So, oh, and also if you like sweet potato pie, I've never had sweet potato pie. I've had sweet potato thing from Miss Akita, but I've been told that this recipe is similar to a sweet potato pie and tastes just as good. So let's get to making this pie, y'all. So make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees and make sure that your butter and eggs are at room temperature. Your butter should be softened. Okay, y'all, so this is what I'm going to use to mix up my pie filling. I am using my trusty, very old blender. Yes, it works for me. I don't use a cake mixer. This blends the pie filling up perfectly. I do have a newer one, but it's one of those digital things, and I'm so old school, y'all. I like the push button. As y'all can see, this one has got a lot of use. I may try my new one later on, but this is what I'm using for now. So this is what we're gonna blend our pie filling in. So first we're gonna take our beans, our navy beans, and y'all see they are full of juice, so that juice needs to be drained. We don't want the juice. I'm gonna take this little wire basket that one of my YouTube subscribers bought me, and I'm gonna drain the beans with it. So just pour them in there. I'm gonna run some cold water over them and just drain all of that juice off. And this takes so much less time that y'all than letting them beans soak overnight with the bag beans, and then you gotta boil them. And, oh man, that took forever. So, canned beans are the way to go. Pour that in there. I have a few more beans to drain. Okay. Now I have those beans drained. I'm gonna put the stick of butter in there. And I'm gonna put 1 egg in there so it won't be so thick when I turn my blender on. 1 egg. A little bit of the milk to loosen it up. And then the lid on there. And we are ready to blend. Okay, so now everything is blended up and mixed well. And now we're gonna put our filling in the graham cracker pie crust. And this is very important, y'all. This pan right here is pretty thin. And since the graham cracker crust is pretty much done, what you don't want it to do is burn. This is what I've learned. When I just put it in this pan, since this pan is so thin and gets super hot, it tends to burn the bottom of the graham cracker crust faster than I want it to cook, and it ends up dark and really hard. So this is what I started doing. So to ensure that my crust doesn't burn, I put this inside the pan and put the pie crust on top of this rack. And it's only because this pan is so small. This pan right here is a good baking pan. And so I can put the pie crust directly in this one and it won't burn. This one is good. It burns easy. I don't know where I got this pan, y'all, but it's old as Medusa and it bakes great. So now we're going to fill our pie crust, y'all, with pie filling. And this is also the reason I say you need 10-inch pie crust pans. But this is a lot of filling. And it's going to be enough for both of those. Now we're going to put this one in, baby, in the oven. And let this baby cook. And here's the sack. Just enough to fill both of those 10-inch graham cracker pie crusts. This one in here. I might have should have put a little bit more in here. Okay, so now we got both pies in the oven, y'all, and we're gonna let those bake for about 50 minutes. So my clock on the oven says 3:01. That's really not the correct time, but it is the wee hours of the morning and I'm baking. So at 3:51, we're going to check on these pies and see how they turn out. Your girl is back and the pies are ready. Yeah, do y'all know my clock on my stove is actually right? It's actually 4 o'clock in the damn morning and I'm up making pies. But let's get to these pies, y'all. They are ready. I'll show you how they turned out. And just before I show you, they may not look very appealing, but y'all, these pies are delicious. They are a light brown, and that just means it's done, y'all. The bubbling in there. This one came out much smoother. This one is the one I put on this little rack here. So maybe I think I might have shook that one too much right there. But let me tell you something. It does not affect the taste and the texture of this pie at all, y'all. It has just a smooth, just tasty. When you just swallow it just goes down so smooth. Now this pie is simply delicious. You might not think it looks appealing, but it actually is. The taste is appealing. My best friend, she says she likes to put whipped cream on hers. I don't like to put anything on my, y'all. I just refrigerate it, and once it has to refrigerate overnight. So I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I refrigerate it. And you can also freeze them. So if you want to freeze them to eat later, and once you freeze it and you let it thaw out in the refrigerator, y'all, those ingredients have settled in, and it's just from Delicocious. I would do a tasting in this video, but I actually have another video where I made one and I taste that one. I'm not gonna taste these because the pies are not for me. Yeah, I'm so disappointed in myself. I have eaten 2 whole pies. So these 2 are from my best friend and her mom. So I'm gonna refrigerate these overnight, and I'm going to take them to them as soon as they're ready. So let me know if you try this recipe. Let me know what you think about it, and let me know if you love it, if you like it, if you hate it. Just try it, y'all. I think it's absolutely delicious. And again, I've been told that it's similar to sweet potato pie, but all I know is it's good. Now, y'all, I'm gonna let these things cool off and put them in the refrigerator. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one, and I'm about to take my ass to bed. Smooches.